Good afternoon. My name is Christian Hernandez, and my presentation, Defending the Use of Recycled Materials, is a brief summary of my research in sustainable collections care. If you would like to know more, you can download my graduate thesis or a condensed version of it on academia.edu. A part of my research tried to answer the question, are there any sustainable museum-quality materials? I went into this not knowing what I would find. Although a material can be sustainable in any stage of its life cycle, I focused on materials made with recycled content from known closed-loop sources, thus the brackets in the presentation title. I decided to focus on a comparative test between materials traditionally used in collections care and their sustainable alternatives, of which I focused on foams and boards because of the finite number available to choose from. For polyethylene foams, I tested Ethafoam 220, made from a virgin resin, and compared it to Ethafoam HRC, which uses a minimum of 65% recycled resin, Ethafoam MRC, which is 100% recycled resin, and Stratocell RC, which uses a minimum of 60% recycled resin. All of these foams are made by sealed air, and the source material for the recycled resin foams is from their closed-loop recycling program. For boards, I tested Coroplast Archival, a virgin polypropylene corrugated board, and Coregreen, a polypropylene corrugated board made with, quote, the highest amount of post-consumer, post-industrial material in the industry, end quote, both of which are manufactured by Coroplast. I also tested cellulose boards from Lineco and Archivart, which are common acid-free museum boards. The final material I tested was Ecopent, a mill board made by Conservation by Design exclusively from their manufacturing waste archival quality paper and boxboard. It is dyed green. Looking back, I wish I had compared Ecopent to a different press mill board. If you would like to see some of the materials, there are samples of the recycled foams and Ecopent at the Sustainability Committee booth. In March 2012, these 9 materials, along with one control, were subjected to an audit test following the procedures laid out in the seminal 1995 article by Green and Thicket, Materials for Use in the Storage and Display of Antiquities, a revised methodology, which aimed to standardize the subjective and irregular test. All materials passed except for Ecopent, whose 3 coupons showed tarnish. The manufacturer was contacted, and after showing them the sample, they explained it was from a known faulty batch, identifiable by its color and density. In May 2012, I retested Ethafoam MRC, Coregreen, the original Ecopent, a newly acquired Ecopent sample, and the control. They all passed except for the original Ecopent sample, which failed again. These results may come as a surprise because there is an if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality to materials as ordinary as cardboard and foam. This lackadaisical view is preventing innovations and sustainability from entering the conservation community as well as the world at large. As it stands right now, the foams and boards I tested meet the same basic criteria as traditionally used materials for use with collections. While I know there isn't going to be a sudden shift in how we buy conservation materials, I hope to have sparked some interest and shed light into some of the beliefs we think are indisputable. There are materials better than what we currently use, but we do not trust them yet, so we should investigate further into whether they are suitable. We should not assume we have reached the pinnacle of innovation. So where do we go from here? Using the tenets of AIC's codes of ethics as parameters, we must continue to question and look for better options in what we do, including materials that are better for the environment. I know that many institutions do not have the resources to conduct their own audit testing, but I hope that next time someone listening to this has the opportunity to innovate, they look into sustainable alternatives to what we believe to be museum quality. As Sarah Brophy and Elizabeth Wiley, authors of the Green Museum, have stated, how can something be high quality if it destroys the planet or makes people sick? Thank you.